The first time we did.
Yeah,
she drove us home.
Yeah.
Tell that story. How do you remember our first time doing?
Well, it was your first time doing.
Oh yes, mine. Pardon me. You had done it before.
Right.
Reminisce on that though. Spit the story.
Well, we were with Cody, and we were hanging out.
And
at his
Michaela.
house.
Yeah.
Were we? Yeah.
Yeah, she drove us there.
Yeah. So we're hanging out with Cody and Michaela at Cody's house, chilling. And Cody's like, I don't know what like made him offer this to us, but he's like, hey, last night I was hanging out and did some bars, but I didn't finish them all. I have some more if you guys want to do them. And we're like, at this point, we were just doing anything. So we were like, yeah, fuck it, we'll do them, you know? And so he comes out of the bathroom with this like notebook paper envelope that he's crafted himself. And he like opens it up and spreads out this powder, and there's like a lot of it. We're like, all right.
It was supposed to be crushed up because at the time we were snorting, which like you're not supposed to snort.
So we chopped up, like we had spread this little like mound into like 3 lines, and we both just did like a line and a half, and we're waiting for that distinctual like drip. We didn't really get it. We're like, huh, interesting. So, you know, later I think we were just on the way out right before we did the lines, right? So we were just about to leave anyway. Did the lines, hit the road with Michaela. And Michaela's driving like her old Cadillac, and we're down.
I don't remember what kind of fucking car it was. It was old as shit.
We're taking this old back
road.
My
grandpappy, dude.
And I remember we just suddenly were like. I think Nick is like, yo, Michaela, you're driving slow as hell. You need to like step on it a little. And Michaela's like, I'm going the speed limit. And we're like, no, like we could get out of the car right now. We could outrun this. Like, no problem. We'll gas you right now. And she's like, all right, like I'll step on it a little bit. Then it just kind of hits us. We're like, that's not a thing. Yes. You don't try to race cars on.
Because we were both under the impression that we had just snorted. Like Cody, what ended up happening is he had pulled out, him and his brother, his older brother lived in the same house. They both store their the same way. If they had any powder stuff, any nose, they put it in notebook paper and put it in the same medicine cabinet as each other. So Cody
unlabeled
went and pulled out this notebook paper thinking it was his crushed up and stored, and it was really. And he didn't realize this until we were super geeked up and riding home in Michaela's cars. He gave us this line on the way out. Like right before we left, he was like, yo, you want to snort some shit real quick, by the way? And we're like,
fuck yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely, bro. You could give me melatonin powder and I'll snort that shit. I don't care. You know? So absolutely I'll snort it. And we went and we snorted the shit, and it was not as advertised, to say the least.
No,
so I remember
opposite.
I called him. And I called Cody back, like probably halfway of us like being home back to our neighborhood. And I was like, yo, that's not like, what did you just do to us? And he went kind of silent for a minute. And I remember he was like, oh, fuck. He was like, that's my brother's. And I'm like, oh shit, he found this again. So what we ended up doing, because his older brother was going to like fucking beat our asses for snorting his older brother didn't fuck around. He was like kind of a scary guy. He pointed a gun at us one time and he got barred out and lost an ounce. You know, there's a lot of lore with that guy. But, you know, he, not the kind of guy we wanted to snort his last bag of. And we were trying to figure out after we had just inhaled the rest of it, like, okay, what do we do? Who do we blame this on? And we decided Michaela.
Right.
We said, Michaela is who we're going to blame this on.
Right.
So the following day, or I don't know if it was the following day, but like a day or two after, we went back pretty quick. And I remember we talked to Cody's brother, and we were like, yo, like, that hoe we were with took it. I don't even know who she is. I barely know her, bro. Meanwhile, she's like dating one of our closest friends. I've known her for years. Like, dude, yeah, that chick definitely not allowed back here.
Right.
You know, fucking not on my watch for sure. She's a complete stranger, and I would never associate with her. I hate stealing whores. And, you know, that's what I told him. And he agreed. He was like, yeah, me as well. I'm really, you know, we're on the same page.
Yeah, we were
So
like,
we just never invited her back again. We were like, you know, you stay home.
Yep.
Every time we went over to his house. And I think even one day, I might have told her about it.
No, we did. We warned. We were like, you cannot go back to Cody's.
I'm pretty sure
like,
we did. She was pretty cool about it. She's like, oh.
Uh-oh.
We just kicked the set down, man.
All right,
There we go.
carry on.
There we go. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you know, it's always fun to reminisce about these people because it's like, do you ever like, who do you keep tabs with that we still used to talk to?
Mostly just Sean. Really?
Really?
Yeah.
That's the only one? You're antisocial.
A little bit. Yeah. Well, and I don't have social media, so that doesn't help.
That
You know, I do.
you do
have,
now.
Technically,
What's your Instagram? Let's shout it out.
I think it's Captain Chong 420.
You better hope that's the right one, because if not, we just
I'm
got a
pretty
random ass
confident.
guy, a bunch of followers. Yeah, so I sure
He's
hope that's the right
welcome.
one. Now, next up, Kyle, we have some stuff was curated. I'm gonna let you click these. What do we have here?
Wow.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. We have news to report.
Wait,
I'm drunk.
we
I'm
do
so
have news.
drunk. I forgot.
We do have news.
dude.
Reporting to you live.
Live on air from Los Angeles, California. We're here today, 5 News, and we have some significant reports to issue.
Yep.
Who do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
You take it
You want
away.
me to?
You take it away. Yep.
Okay. Ladies and gents, this just in on News Network. We have a British mayor. British people can't be trusted. All right. And at 67 years old, this man died in a den after putting a plastic bag over his head and tying himself to a chair while seeking sexual pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been to a few houses in my day, and I don't think I would ever put a bag over my head and jack myself to death in them. You know,
Wow.
but you would
And
do?
vodka. Wow.
Now, it says here, a former Tory mayor suffocated to death in a den after putting a plastic bag over his head and tying himself to a chair while seeking sexual pleasure. The body of Les Winwood, 67 years old, was the former mayor of Bridge, North Shropshire. Where the fuck? That's the most British shit I've ever heard. Oh, I'm from Shropshire. Oh, this is a small town.
Yeah.
Outside of Birmingham?